Hello. So, welcome everyone. Actually, this is the class which I have already taken yesterday, but there was some technical problem in sound. So that is why I am recording this. I am in live with the same topic. So today we will try to complete this second part of this first class. Okay, so let's start. So actually, if you can remember in the first class, in the first part, I have given you one psalm in your homework. The question was something like this. It has been said that the distance between 2 points A and A dash which lie on y equals to 2. So let me just draw a line first. This is my y equals to 2, which is parallel to the x-axis. And on this line, we have 2 points. On this line, we have 2 points. One is A and another one is A dash. Now, what they're saying is that there is a point B. Let us say the point B here. Let this point is B, whose coordinate is given to us as 2, 3. Right? Now, at the origin, these two line segments, one is AB, one line segment is AB, and another line segment is A dash B. These two line segments are making an angle pi by 4 at the origin. This is my origin. This is the origin. Right? So what is happening actually? These two sides are creating, it is subtending an angle pi by 4 at the origin. That is, this angle is pi by 4. Okay. Similarly, this angle is also pi by 4. Which angle? This angle. This angle is pi by 4. At the same time, this angle is also pi by 4. Is it clear? So these two line segments AB and A dash B is subtending an angle pi by 4 at the origin. And the equation of this line is y equals to 2. Now let me take, since you can see that this A and A dash is doing the same thing at the origin, so from the symmetry, what I will do, I will take only one point. I will take only one point, let us say, which is A. And the coordinate of A, let us say it is x comma 2. The ordinate will be 2 because the point is lying on the line y equals to 2. So now, the angle subtended at the origin is pi by 4. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to find out the slope of OA. What is the slope of OA? It's 2 over x. 2-point form I have used. And what is the slope of OB? It is 3 over 2. Clear? Now, we know the angle between two lines, which is here pi by 4, equals to modulus of m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. So we are having 1 equals to 4 minus 3x divided by, simply I'm simplifying this expression. Okay. Now, if I remove the mod sign, so definitely a plus minus sign will come. So it will be plus minus 1. Now you can easily see why I told you in the beginning of this question that we are going to have, since these 2 points are symmetric, so automatically the second point will come. You see, from this equation, you are going to have 2 values of x, which are nothing but the abscissa of a and a dash. Okay, this advantage I will take when this symmetry thing happens. So from here, if we take the plus sign, we are getting so 4 minus 3x is 2x plus 6. So 5x is coming to minus 2. So from here we are getting x as minus 2 over 5. So one abscissa we got as minus 2 comma 2 by 5. Now if I take the negative sign, we are going to have, if we take the minus sign, so from here we are going to have, well, it is coming like x equals to, if I take that thing, x equals to 2. Okay, x is coming to 2. Am I correct? Oh, I'm sorry, this is plus, na? This is plus, so this one will become minus. So it is coming like x equals to, 1 second, this is basically minus 6. So x is coming here as 10. Okay, and this is nothing but the abscissa of the second point. Therefore, the distance between a and a dash, we can use distance formula, or we can simply subtract the abscissa since it is on the line y equals to 2, which is parallel to the x-axis. So the distance between a dash will be x2 minus x1, which will give us 10 minus of minus 2 by 5. It is same. Even if you take the distance formula, you are going to have the same answer. It's all same. Because since it is on the y, I mean a line which is parallel to the x-axis, so naturally the ordinate, when it is subtracted, it will get cancelled. So we are having basically 52 over 5. Is it clear? So that is the distance between a and a dash, right? Okay. Let me reveal the answer. Yes, it's C. Let us move for the next problem. In this question, they have said, find the equation of a line passing through 2, 5. Passing through 2, 5 and making an angle. So this is the line, and this angle is making, this line is making an angle tan inverse 3 by 4. This angle is basically, let me denote this thing as theta. Here theta is tan inverse 3 over 4, right? Okay, now this line is passing through, this is my required line. This line is passing through the point 2, 5. Let us denote this point by A. And the equation of this line is, right? So now we have to find out the equation of this line. Now, we all know that we need 2 things. We need 2 things to find out the equation of any line. That is, one is the point through which it is passing, and number 2, if you know its slope. So for the required line, I know the point through which it is passing. So I need its slope. So for that, what I will do, I will say let the slope of this line be m. And the slope of this given line is the slope of this given line, which I denote by m1, is nothing but minus 4 over 3. Is it clear? So we know the angle between 2 lines, tan theta, is modulus of m minus m1 divided by 1 plus m into m1. So here tan theta, we have been given theta is tan inverse 3 by 4. So that implies tan theta is basically 3 by 4. So it's 3 by 4 equals to m, it is required to find out, minus 4 over 3. Okay, so let me simplify. 3m plus 4 divided by 3 minus 4m. Okay. Now, if I remove the mod sign, we are going to have a plus minus. So let me solve for m, taking first positive one, then with the negative one. So if I take the plus sign, cross multiply, so we are having 24m is 9 minus 16, which gives us minus 7. So from here we are getting m as minus 7 over 24. So this is the slope of the line. And let me take a minus sign again. Minus 3 over 4. Let me cross multiply. Now, the most interesting part is that in this case, you see your 12m and 12m, it will get cancelled. So from this equation, we are getting 16 equals to minus 9, which is simply impossible. Which is simply impossible. But why this thing is happening? Or is there any remedy? Because this is not the solution. 16 equals to minus 9, it is not at all the correct one. It's not an equation. It is not true, right? So whenever this kind of thing comes, because you see, this equation is basically linear equation in M. And in linear equation, if you find that your M is cancelled out, if your M is cancelled out, then always take the value of M as infinity. Always take M equals to infinity. Why I'm telling you? See this one. We have 12m plus 16 is minus 9 plus 12m. So let me take m common from both sides. So it's coming like this one, right? Now your mm goes off. Now in this case, if you take m is tending towards infinity, then this part will become 0 and this part will become 0, which will eventually gives us 12 equals to 12. And if it is 12 equals to, this is true, 12 equals to 12, this is true. So this is true when m equals to infinity. So remember this point, which we have learned from this question, is that whenever there is a linear equation and the variable gets cancelled from both sides, then you take one value of that variable is infinity. Okay, take that value as infinity. So in this case, your m is infinity. M is infinity means the line is perpendicular on the x-axis. Now, if the line is perpendicular on the x-axis, so definitely your x is constant. The line is passing through the point 2, 5. Therefore, the equation of that line will be x is constant, so x equals to 2. So one equation, one of the required equation is x equals to 2. And the other equation where m is minus 7 over 24. So if I put it there, we are going to have the second equation, which is y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. So 24y minus 120 is minus 7x plus 14. So we are having 7x plus 24y is equals to 134. Is it clear? So one line, the equation of one line will be this, and the equation of the other line will be x equals to 2. Is it clear? Now you can ask me, sir, why two answers are coming? In this diagram, we can see only one line is there. So why two lines are coming? Obviously, two lines will come because if you see, there will be one line passing through this point also, like this. In this case also, this angle is theta, which is your tan inverse 3 over 4. And that is the reason why two answers came. Because there are two possible straight lines which is fulfilling this condition given in our problem. Clear? Ekdam clear? Okay, so this is our answer which we got. Let us move for the next problem. The question is a fixed rod of length 5 units sliding between the coordinate axes. Now there is a fixed line. There is a fixed line 5 units which is sliding between these coordinate axes. Okay. Find the locus of the point which divides the rod in the ratio 3:4. Means we have to find out the locus of a point. Let us say this point. Let us say this point, which is dividing this rod in the ratio 3:4. Now we have to find out the locus of this point. Clear? This length is 5 units. What is given to us? Let me denote this point by A and this point by B. So A is basically, let us say this is A comma 0 and this is 0 comma B. So the length of the rod AB is given 5. The length of the rod given as 5. Clear? So what is the length of OA? OA is basically your A and OB is basically B. And I have to find out the locus of this point. Let us denote this point by P. And let us say the coordinate of this point be h comma k. So we have to find out the locus of point P. Okay, so now at this point P, if we apply the section formula, what we are going to have? 3 plus 4 into A divided by 7, which is your h. This is the abscissa of the point P. And the ordinate of the point P will be 3 into B plus 4 into 0 divided by 7, which is your K. So from here we are getting 4A over 7 is H and 3B over 7, this is your K. So from here we are getting A is basically 7H over 4 and B is basically 7K over 3. Right? And one more condition is given since the length of OA is A and length of OB is B. So we can say by using Pythagoras theorem, A square plus B square is 5 square, which is the length of the rod. So A square, we can write this thing in 7H over 4 whole square, 7K over 3 whole square is equals to 25. So we are getting what? 7H square over 16, sorry, 49. 1 second. This is 7 square means it's 49. So we are having 49H square over 16 plus 49K square over 9 is equals to 25. So this is the equation of the locus. This is the equation because this is a relation which contains h, k and constant. So this will be the equation of the locus. So what is the equation of the locus? It's x square over 16 plus k square over 9 is 25. This is y square, right? So y square over 9 is basically 25 over 49. Okay. So you can take this 25 in the denominator. So you are going to have x square over 400 plus y square over 225 is 1 over 49. And that's the equation of the required locus. Okay. Let us reveal the answer. Yes. Okay. Chalo. Let us move for the next problem. In this question we are having, if you people are having any doubt, you can write in the chat section so I can answer your question. The line joining 2 points, one is 2, 0 and another one is 3, 1. Let me just draw the coordinate axis. Okay. So now line joining 2 points A and B. So A is somewhere here. Let us denote A is over here. Let us say this is my point A, which is 2, 0, and point B will be, it will be 3, 1. I'm sorry. The coordinate of point A is 2, 0, so it will be somewhere here. It's 2, 0, and B is 3, 1. Let us say it is somewhere here, right? This is say somewhere here. This point is 3, 1. Okay. Now what they have said, the line joining the 2 points A and B. So let me just join it by a line. This line is there, is rotated about A in anti-clockwise direction through an angle of 15 degree. So this line has been rotated through an angle 15 degree, and let us say it comes here. Okay, this angle is basically 15 degree. Okay. Now the question is, what is the equation of the line at this new position? That is, we need this equation. Okay. So one thing you can do, as I told you, that we need two things. One is through which point a straight line is passing, and number two, what is its slope. So you can easily find out the slope of this line, because you can find out the slope of AB. You can find out the slope of AB by using 2-point formula, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. And then you take the slope of this line BM. And then you find out the angle between this, apply the formula for the angle between two lines to get the value of M. This is one way of doing the sum, but it will take a long time. Now, what I will try to do here, I will simply find out what is the slope of AB. That is, if we know this angle, then definitely we know the slope of the required straight line, because the slope of the required straight line will be this 15 degree plus this angle. Okay. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to find out the slope of AB. And what will be the slope of AB? 2-point formula, apply it. y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So we are going to have the slope as 1. Slope as 1 means, what is the inclination angle there? Your theta will be nothing but 45 degrees. When tan theta is 1, your theta is 45 degrees. Therefore, this angle is 45 degrees, which straight away we got. Now, the moment we have, this is 45 and this is 15. So now we know the slope of our required line. The slope of the required line M is basically what? Tan of 15 plus 45 degree, which gives us tan 60 degree, which is nothing but √3. Clear? So we know the slope of the required line, and we know that the required line is passing through the point 2, 0. Therefore, what will be its equation? Y minus y1 equals to M into x minus x1. That's it. So it is y equals to root 3x minus 2 root 3. That's it. Is it clear? So this is the required equation of that line. Okay? Chalo, let us move for the next problem. What is the question? Find the equation of a straight line through a point 1, 2 whose x-intercept is twice that of y-intercept. It means what? Its x-intercept is twice that of the y-intercept. Let us say like this. Okay? Now, you can see that the x-intercept, what they have said is your x-intercept is twice that of the y-intercept. Let us say the y-intercept be B or A. You take it as A. So it's 0, A. The coordinate of this point is 0, A. So what will be the coordinate of this point? It will be 0, 2A, 2A, 0. As the x-intercept is twice that of the y-intercept. So what will be the equation of the line? X by 2A plus y by A is basically 1. Now the line is passing through the point given 1, 2. Hence it must satisfy this. So we are having, so A is coming to 5 over 2. A is coming to 5 over 2. Right? So what will be its equation then? X by 5 plus y by 2y by 5 is 1. That implies x plus 2y is 5. So that's the equation of this required line. We are all using the examples. These are all the problems that we are doing right now are very, very basic level. Why I'm teaching you this? Because then we will be comfortable in doing sums little difficult. Otherwise, we will not have that ability to think on those critical sums. That is the reason why I'm trying to clear your base through this kind of problems. Definitely, I will take problems on JEE Mains and as well as in questions came in advance. But before that, you must know the basic. You should be very comfortable with the basic sums. Okay, so your conception will be clear. Okay, so I hope you have understood this problem. Let us move for the next question. Find the equation of the line passing through 4, 3 and for which the portion of its intercepted between the coordinate axis is bisected at this point. Read the question carefully. What they have said? A line is passing through a point. A line is passing through a point 4, 3. Let us say this point is 4, 3. I'm taking a rough diagram. So don't say, sir, the point will be somewhere in the right hand side or left hand side, or the straight line will be a little longer. Don't say all those things right now, because I'm simply drawing the diagram to understand the problem, nothing else. It's all the rough diagram. I'm not drawing the exact straight line and taking exact point by measuring those units on the graph paper. I'm not doing that. I'm doing a rough thing to understand the problem. So find the equation of the line passing through this and for which the portion of is intercepted between the coordinate axis is bisected at this point. Simple sum. Let us say that the line is intersecting the x-axis at a, 0 and y-axis at 0, b. Okay, so therefore the equation of the line will be x over a plus y over b equals to 1. Okay, so now our task is to find out what is a and b. So how to find out? Simply apply the midpoint formula, because p is the midpoint. So a plus 0 over 2 is 4. So a is basically 8. And 0 plus b over 2 is 3. So b is your 6. Okay. Therefore, the equation will become x over 8 plus y over 6 equals to 1. So that's the equation of this straight line. I hope it is clear to all of you. Let us move for the next problem. Now read the question. The same question that I have done here. It's almost same. Only that in this question they have said that P 4, 3. This point is bisected between the coordinate axis. But in this question what I have said find out the locus of the midpoint of the intercepted between the coordinate axis. And the line is passing through a point 4, 3. The point P in this case is not your midpoint. So how to draw this? This is the line. Let us say it is passing through a point, say 4, 3. It is somewhere here. 4, 3. This point is P. Now we have to find out the locus of its midpoint. Let us say the locus of the midpoint be h, k, be any point on the locus. And the line, this line is intersecting the x-axis at say a, 0 and y-axis at say 0, b. Let us say. So what to do? The equation of the line will become the same method I will follow. X by a plus y by b equals to 1. And this is passing through the point 4, 3. Hence, it must satisfy this. Okay. Now, we are finding out the locus of the point R, which is the midpoint of this intercepted portion on the coordinate axis. So, what will be your h? H is a plus 0 over 2. That is a over 2 implies a is basically twice h. Similarly, your k will be 0 plus b over 2, which is your b over 2. So that implies b as your 2k. Is it clear? Now let me put the value of a and b in this equation to get. Now can you observe one thing? This is an equation which contains h, k and constant. So this is the equation of the locus. Therefore, the equation of the locus will be 2 over x plus 2y equals to 1. That's it. That is the required locus. Is it clear to all? Absolutely. Okay. So let's move for the next problem. So this question. A straight line through a fixed point 2, 3 intersects a coordinate axis at distinct points P and Q. Let me just draw the coordinate axis first. A straight line through a fixed point 2, 3 intersects a coordinate at distinct point P and Q. Let us say these are the two distinct points here. This is my point P and this is my point Q. Okay. These are the two distinct points. It is passing through a fixed point. Let us say this point is 2, 3. Let us say this point is R, 2, 3. The line is passing through this point R. If O is the origin and the rectangle OPRQ is completed. OPRQ. Oh, I see. R is not this point. I cannot take R as this point. R is the variable point. So let me give a name of this point be M. And your R is a point such that your OPRQ becomes a rectangle. So naturally for the rectangle, what I have to do, I have to draw a line parallel to the OP as well as OQ. This point is my R. And let us say h comma k be any point on the locus. That is, the coordinate of r here is h comma k. Now you have to find out the locus of r. You have to find out the locus of r. Okay? Locus of r. How to find out? Very simple. If this point is h comma k, naturally your p is h comma 0 and q will be 0 comma k. Therefore, the equation of the line PQ, equation of PQ will be, is it clear? Now, this line is passing through the point 2 comma 3. Hence, it must satisfy this equation. Right? So, what will be the locus? This is the equation of the locus. It is 2 over x plus 3 over y is 1. So, let me simplify this. Is it clear? So, answer is 3x plus 2y is xy. Hence, your option C is correct. Is it clear to all? Because one thing I'm telling you, locus is very, very important in coordinate geometry. Everywhere you will come across this locus, whether you are learning circle or straight line or parabola, ellipse, hyperbola, anywhere you go, the conception of locus will always be there. So be careful about the locus. That is the reason why I'm taking so much of problems from locus. And you see, this question itself came in JEE Mains 2018. Is it clear? Now, let us move for the next conception, which is called spatial form of straight lines. We have already discussed different form of straight lines. Intercept form, slope point form, 2-point form, and a lot of things we have all done. But now this is a spatial form of straight line, which is your x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is p. That's the form of the line. Now the question will come here, what is alpha and what is p? Okay, so let me just explain it. Let us say this is my straight line, and let me take some water plus. So this is the origin. This is my origin O. Now from O, I am drawing a line which is perpendicular on this purple line. Okay? This is perpendicular on this purple line. We have to find out the equation of this purple line. Now, from the origin, I have dropped a perpendicular on this line. This is my required line. I mean, this is the equation of this line. Okay. And P is the length of the perpendicular drawn from the origin on this line. And this perpendicular is making an angle alpha with the positive direction of the x-axis. Okay, if it is so, then the equation of this line will be x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equals to p. Why I have written p is greater than 0? Because p is basically the distance, the perpendicular distance drawn from the origin on that line. So the distance cannot be negative. That is the reason why I have written p is greater than 0. Now, how this thing is coming? I will prove this one. See, this angle is alpha, this angle is 90 degrees. So this angle will be definitely 90 minus alpha. Let me just name this points A and B. These are the intercepted points on the X and Y axis respectively. Let us say this is my OM. Now, if you see the triangle, OMA, right? OMA. Now, with respect to this angle alpha, I can write OM over OA. OM over OA. It is base over perpendicular, which gives us cos alpha. OM is P cos alpha into OA. So what is your OA? OA is basically P over cos alpha, means it's P sec alpha. So the point A is P sec alpha, comma 0. Is it clear? Now, this angle is alpha, means this angle is 90 degree minus alpha. And again, this angle is 90 degrees. So this angle will be your alpha again. Now, consider the triangle OBM. Consider the triangle OBM. In this triangle, with respect to the angle alpha, OM over OB is basically sine alpha. OM is P sine alpha into OB. So your OB will be nothing but P by sine alpha, means it's P cosec alpha. So the point B is 0, P cosec alpha. Now I know the line which is intersecting the X and Y axis at 2 points. So if we apply the intercept form of a line, we are going to have the equation of this line AB. X by P sec alpha, Y by P cosec alpha is equals to 1. So we are having X cos alpha plus Y sin alpha is equals to P. And that exactly what we got, what we have written in the first time. Okay? But P here is the perpendicular distance drawn from the origin on the required line. Now, a very common question can come that says, suppose we have been given a line, say 3x plus 4y is say 2. Now my question is this form a normal form? How we will understand that it is a normal form? Two things you must remember. Number one is that it will be a normal form if you find that cos square alpha, in this case what is happening? Cos square alpha plus sine square alpha, this is coming to 1. That is coefficient. This is very important point to be noted. Coefficient of x, square of the coefficient of x plus square of the coefficient of y. If it becomes equals to 1, and P is positive, this is the second point. If you find these two conditions, then you will say that that given equation is in normal form. Is it clear? Thank you, Utkarsh. Is it clear or not? So now, you please see this question. In this one, 3x plus 4y equals to 2. The question is this equation a normal form? Is this equation a normal form? Answer is no. Answer is no. Why? Because the first condition does not satisfy. Though the second condition satisfies, your right hand side is greater than 0, that's okay. But 3 square plus 4 square, it is not coming to 1. That is the coefficient of x, the square of the coefficient of x, plus the square of the coefficient of y is not coming to 1. Hence, it is not a normal form. Is it right? Okay, so how to make it a normal form? So in this case, what you will do, you will simply divide both sides by 3 square plus 4 square. 3 square plus 4 square. If I divide both sides by 3 square plus 4 square, which is your 5 in this case, then the equation becomes 3 over 5x plus 4 over 5y is 2 over 5. Now I will say that this equation is very much in your normal form. Why? Because the right hand side is positive, and moreover, the square of the coefficient of x and the square of the coefficient of y is coming to 1. That's it. So always remember in this way. Always remember in this way. What are the two things that you have to remember for the normal form? One is the most important thing is the coefficient, the square of the coefficient of x plus the square of the coefficient of y must be equals to 1. And the right hand side, p, is always greater than 0. That's it. Okay, now let us take this question. We have been given 3x minus 4y equals to minus 10. The first, it has been said, write down in xy intercept form. This is pretty simple. What I will do, I will simply divide it by minus 10. So we are having getting right. So this is your intercept form. Now the question comes, if they ask you to transform this in normal form. So the equation which is given to us is this. First of all, we have to make this minus sign positive, because there should not be any negative sign in the right hand side, because that p is always, what was p? P is always greater than 0. P is always greater than 0. Remember this, p is always greater than 0. So I have to make this right hand side positive. So for that, I'm simply writing this. I'm multiplying with minus sign. Now your right hand side becomes positive. Is it clear? Now the question comes, to make it, to transform this in normal form, the square of the coefficient of x plus the square of the coefficient of y, it has to be equal to 1. But in this case, what is happening? It's not coming to 1, because minus 3 square plus 4 square, it's coming to 25. It's not equals to 1. So it is not your normal form. So what I have to do, I will simply divide both sides. I will simply divide both sides by root over of, which is coming to 5. So this equation becomes 3 over 5 minus 3 over 5 x plus 4 over 5 y equals to 10 over 5, which gives us 2. Okay? Which gives us 2. Now, see it very carefully. In the form, what was the form? I'm writing it here. It was x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is 2. Is it clear? Now, the coefficient of x is cos alpha, but here we can see that the coefficient of x is negative and the coefficient of y is sin theta, and that is positive. So cos theta is negative and sin theta is positive when it is in the second quadrant. When it is in the second quadrant, we all know that your theta, that is the inclination angle, always lies between 0 and pi. Can you remember this? It always lies between 0 and pi. So in this case, your cos alpha is negative and sin alpha is positive. It implies that your angle is an obtuse angle, right? So here your cos alpha is minus 3 over 5 and sine alpha is basically 4 over 5. Therefore, we can write here tan alpha is coming like minus 4 over 3. Is it clear? Your tan alpha is coming to minus 4 over 3. So all you simply do, you write down that this equation is x cos alpha plus y sine alpha, which is equals to 2, where your alpha is basically tan inverse minus 4 over 3. That's it. You can leave your answer here. You can leave your answer here. There is no harm. Okay. So this is what is called your normal form. Any form of the straight line can be converted in the normal form. Is it clear? Chalo, let us move for the next problem. See this question. Find the number of straight lines. Number of straight lines. I don't want the equation of straight lines. I want number of straight lines which is passing through 2, 4 and forming a triangle of 16 square centimeter with the coordinate axis. Okay. Okay. So a line is passing through the point 2, 4. I don't know how the line will pass, but yes, I know that one of the line will be like this. How many lines are possible? We have to find out that. But I have taken one form like this, that this point is passing, this line is passing through the point 2, 4. Okay. And the area so formed with the coordinate axis is 16 square centimeter. Is it clear? 16 square centimeter. So how many such straight lines are possible which will pass through the point 2, 4 and will make a triangle? It will make a triangle with the coordinate axis of 16 square centimeter area. How many such lines are possible? That's our question. Okay. So how to do it? Okay. Let us say that this point, I'm giving you a hint and I will give you 1 minute time to think over it. Let us say one position of the straight line is this and it is intersecting the x and y axis at say a, 0 and 0, b. Okay. Now please try this problem. Please try this problem. I'm giving you 1 minute time. Think about it. How to do this sum? Can anybody tell me how to do this? Okay. The area given is 16 square centimeter. Now, you see, I have drawn this line. The line can be in this way also. It can pass like this also, right? It can also pass like this. I don't know. I'm simply writing the possibilities, nothing else. The line can be like this also. Whichever way, I don't know. So, the area of the triangle given is 16 square centimeter. That is half AB is basically 16. Half into base into height is the area of the triangle. So mod of AB is basically 32. Clear? Now, the line is passing through the point 2, 4. So what is the equation of the line? X over A plus Y over B is equals to 1. Now, as mod of AB is 32, if we remove the mod sign, we are going to have either 32 or AB will be minus 32, okay? But the absolute value is 32. So now, let me take AB equals to 32. Let me take this one. So from here, we can write B is nothing but 32 over A. This is the equation of the line which is passing through the point 2, 4. Hence, it must satisfy this equation. Now, I have to find out what is my A and B. So for that, I'm replacing this B by 32 over A. So what we are getting? So from here, we are having, right? Let me simplify this. So A square minus 8A plus 16 is coming to 0. That is how many number of A and A we are getting? It is S square minus 2 into 4A plus 4 square. So that gives us A minus 4 whole square is 0. That implies A is 4. If A is 4, we are getting the value of B as 8, right? So one set of AB value we got, which is 4, 8. Is it clear? So one such straight line is possible. What else? Now let us take AB equals to minus 32. And B is nothing but minus 32 over A. So let me replace this in this equation. So what you are getting? Same thing we will get, only a minus sign in between, right? So the equation will be 16 minus A square is 8A. That gives us A square plus 8A minus 16 equals to 0. Now don't try to solve this. It will be a wastage of time. We can easily see that your discriminant here greater than 0. That is, we are going to have two such values of A. We are going to have two such values of A. No need to solve it. It will be a wastage of time. So we are going to have two values of A. If we are having two values of A, eventually we are going to have two values of B. Means we are again going to have two sets of A and B. We are going to have two sets of A and B. Is it clear? So how many sets of A and B you got? Because the number of sets of A and B we will get, utna number of straight lines are possible. So from here we are getting three pairs of A and B. It means we will have three such straight lines. We will have three such straight lines. Is it clear to all? It's a very interesting question. So we are having three such straight lines. Okay? Okay. Chalo. Next problem. See this question, this came in JEE 2023. What is the question? The question is a straight line cuts off intercepts OA and OB on the positive direction of the X and Y axis respectively. Let me draw the diagram first. A straight line cuts off. Let me change the color of the pen. This is the line. And they have said that this point is A, which is your A, 0. And this point is B, which is your 0, B. And what is the question given? On the positive direction of the X and Y axis, positive direction. That is, your A is greater than 0 as well as B is greater than 0. That is why I have chosen this line in the first quadrant. If the perpendicular from origin O, this is my origin O. If the perpendicular from origin O to this line makes an angle pi by 6, that is 30 degree, with the positive direction of the y-axis, what they're saying? They're saying that from origin, I have drawn a perpendicular on this line, and this is making an angle of 30 degree with the positive direction of the y-axis. Is it clear? Let us say this point be P. Okay? So if this angle is 30 degree, obviously this angle will be what? It will be your 60 degree. And what else they have said? They have said that area of triangle OAB, that is half into AB. I'm not giving a mod sign because here already A and B are both positive. This is equals to 98 over 3 into root 3. That's the question. Now you have to find out what is the value of A square minus B square. That is, we have to find out what is our A and B. That's it. That's the question. That's the question. So how to do it? How to do it? See this one. The area of the triangle OAB is 98.3 by root 3. Right? And this angle is, let us assume that the length of OP be P. Right? Or let us say, let us denote this point be R. So let us, because otherwise these two P's will, it will collide. So let us say this length be P. Now, if this length is P and this angle is 60, now if we consider the triangle OAR, then what it will say? That P over A is basically cos 60 degree. So P is, cos 60 is half. So P is nothing but A over 2. Is it clear? Or you can write A as 2P. Clear? Now, if this angle is theta, this is 90 degrees. So obviously this angle will be 60 again. Now from this we can write that from the triangle ORB, from this triangle, what you can write? You can write P over B is sine 60 degree, which is your root 3 by 2. So what is B? B is basically 2P over root 3. Is it clear? Is this clear? So we got what is our A and what is our B in terms of P. Okay, so we can easily find out what is the length of P. How I will find out the length of P? See, we have been given half into AB is this one. So in place of A and B, you simply put 2P and 2P by root 3. The values you put half 2P over root 3, which is your 98 root 3 over 3. Is it clear? So we are having 2 goes off. In the right hand side, your 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3. So 1 root 3, 1 root 3 goes off here. This root 3 and this root 3 goes off. So we are having 2p square is 98 implies p square is 49. If p square is 49, your p is nothing but 7. Your p cannot be negative. That is why I'm not taking plus minus 7. I'm only taking plus 7. So the moment you got p, you know what is your a. What is a? A is nothing but 2p, which gives us 14. And what about your b? It's 2 over root 3 into 7. That gives us 14 over root 3. That's it. So what will be our a square minus b square? Simply put those values. It will be 14 square minus 14 square over 3. So let me take 14 square outside into 2 by 3. Is it right? 14 square into 2 by 3. So we are having 392. 14 square 196 into 2, it's 392 over 3. Hence, our option A is correct. See how simple problem they have given in 2023 JEE Mains. You have to understand the basics. You have to be very strong in the basics. Then this kind of problem will not at all create any problem in your examination. Okay? Now, let us move for the next problem. Okay, next is a conception. The perpendicular distance from a point x1, y1, this is the formula which we have to remember. What they are saying that if there is a line whose equation is given by ax plus by plus c equals to 0. And there is a point outside this line which is x1 comma y1. Okay? So now what I'm doing is I'm simply drawing a perpendicular from this line, from this point on the given line. And now this distance, which distance? The distance AB is nothing but modulus of ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by root over of a square plus b square. Proof is not at all required. And if at all you need the proof, I can tell you, but it will be, don't try to remember the thing. Remember the fact. I'm telling you how it is actually coming. You see, to find out the distance AB, if you know the point B, then we will simply apply the distance formula to find out AB. Now, how to find out point B? You know this line. That is, you know the slope of this line. And if you know the slope of this line, then obviously you know the slope of AB. Why? Because we know that these are perpendicular to each other. So M1 into M2 will give us -1. So the moment you know the slope of this line, you know the slope of AB. And as you know the slope of AB, it is passing through the point x1, y1. Hence, you know the equation of AB. You know equation of AB. And you find out the equation of AB by using slope point form. After getting the equation of AB, simply solve AB and this given equation to get this point of intersection B. And the moment you have the point of intersection B, you know A and you know B, so you know the distance between AB, which will give us this. No need to prove that. Again, I'm telling you, it will be a wastage of time in your preparation. But remember how it is actually coming. And obviously, you have to remember the formula. That's for sure. Okay, now let's move for the next problem based on this. See this question, what it has been said. It has been said that find out the equation of the line parallel to this line. Parallel to this line. We know that any line which is parallel to this line is 3x minus 4y plus lambda equals to 0. We add a constant. We have already discussed this. Now they have said that it lies at it, because we have to find out this lambda. So I need one condition. And the condition they have given, that which lies at a unit distance from the point 2 comma minus 2. This line is at unit distance from, unit means 1, unit distance from the point 2 comma minus 2. So what I will do, I will simply find out its perpendicular distance from the point 2 comma minus 2, and I will equate this with 1. So what is the perpendicular distance? Just now we have learned the formula. Okay. So we will simply apply that formula. Let me write it here so you will be comfortable with. Okay. This is the perpendicular distance. X1, Y1 is the point which is outside the line. In this case, x1, y1 is your 2 and minus 2. So what will be the perpendicular distance? 3 into 2 minus 4 into minus 2 plus lambda divided by root over of 3 square plus 4 square. You must give a modular sign because distance, perpendicular distance is always positive. Any distance is positive, which is equals to 1 according to the given question. So we are having 6 plus 8 plus lambda over 5 modulus is 1. So lambda plus 14 over 5 is plus minus 1. So from here we are getting lambda plus 14 is plus minus 5. So lambda is coming to plus minus 5 minus 14. So the values of lambda we are getting as minus 9 and minus 19. Therefore, the equation which is at the unit distance from this point will be 3x minus 4y minus 9 is 0 or 3x minus 4y minus 19 is 0. You know why these two equations of the lines are coming? Because simple thing, if this point is 2 comma minus 2, so there will be two such lines which will be at unit distance from this point. That is why we are getting two such equations. Okay? Chalo, let us move for the next problem. The same question I have written here, but now I have said that find out the equation of the line which is perpendicular to this line and is of unit distance from this point. Same question as the previous one. In this case, the required line was parallel to the given line. And here I have said that the required line will be perpendicular to the given line. Is it clear? So what I will write? Any line which is perpendicular to this line is 4x plus 3y plus lambda equals to 0. Okay. So I'm not doing this sum. This sum, I hope you people can do exactly after getting this family of lines. So you can solve this problem in the same way as I have solved in the previous one. What you will do, you will simply find out the perpendicular distance from 2 comma minus 2 and you will equate that thing with 1 to get the values of lambda. Again, in this case also you are going to have two values of lambda. Okay? Same argument, why two equation of lines will come? Because unit distance from the point 2 comma minus 2 to our required lines will have two such kind of lines we will have. Isn't it so? This two kind. That is why in this question also we are going to have two values of lambda. That is, we are going to have two equations. Right? Okay. Now let us move for the next problem. This is the question which came in 2022 JEE Mains. What is the question? Let R be the point 3, 7. Let R be the point 3, 7 and let P and Q be 2 points on this line. So there is a line which is your x plus y is 5. R be a point 3, 7. It is somewhere here. Let us say this point be R 3, 7. And P and Q are 2 points on this line. This is P and this is Q. Okay. Now they have said that if you join PQR, it becomes an equilateral triangle. It becomes an equilateral triangle. So your PQR, triangle PQR is an equilateral triangle, right? So you have to find out what is the area of this equilateral triangle. That's it. What is the area of this equilateral triangle? So how to do this? Simple. See, simple sum comes in JEE Mains, except the year 2022. But this question is pretty simple given in that paper. So again, I'm telling you, if you know the basics and if you know the geometry of your class 10, you can easily solve problems of coordinate geometry in JEE Mains as well as in advanced. Okay, in advanced problems, they will definitely give you these ideas mixed with geometry. So you should be very good in geometry also. And geometry, we don't want geometry to the extent of that Olympiad level. No. Basic class 10 geometry will serve our purpose. In this case, what I will do, I will simply find out what is the perpendicular distance from R on the line x plus y equals to 5. Clear? What is the perpendicular distance? That is, we want to find out this distance. Simply find out what is this distance. Say, let us say, let me denote this thing with the level m. So what is my Rm? Rm is basically 3 plus 7 minus 5 divided by root over of 1 square plus 1 square modulus. This is the perpendicular distance drawn from point R on the line PQ. So it is coming like 5 over root 2. And this is what? This is basically the height of the equilateral triangle. And we all know that the perpendicular of any equilateral triangle is root 3 over 2 into side. The length of the side actually. So this is your 5 over root 2. So this gives us side equals to, what is side? It's 5 into 2, that's 10 over root 6. That's it. So this is the side. Now they have asked for finding out the area of triangle PQR, and PQR is an equilateral triangle. And we know that the area of any equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 into side square. So what will be your answer? Root 3 over 4 into 100 over 6. So cancel this, 25. 6 can be written as 25 root 3. It's 3 into 2. So we can write this thing as root 3 into root 3 into 2. So root 3 goes off. So it's with 25 divided by 2 root 3. Hence your option D is correct. See how simple question. This sum is pretty simple, right? But we all know that JEE Main 2022, it is the toughest year. Some questions which were given in 2022 exam, JEE Mains, which was, at par with your JEE Advanced. So among them, this sum also came, which is pretty simple one, right? So you have to find out the easy sum in your question paper. So for that, you need to know the basics. You should practice before giving the actual examination. Okay. Chalo, let's move for the next problem. What is the question? The question is, if P1, P2 are the length of perpendiculars from the origin on the line this and this, respectively. Okay. So what they're saying is, from origin, you are drawing perpendicular on this line, and that perpendicular length is P1. So let me write it here. What is my P1? From the origin, I am finding out the perpendicular length. Root over right? So we are having mod of A by root over of sec square theta. Let me just do one thing. Let me just simplify this one. Let me simplify this trigonometric part. So it's your mod A. In the denominator, we are having 1 over sine square theta. So we are basically having, after taking the LCM, it will be A sine theta cos theta. And this is your P1. What about your P2? P2 is the length of the perpendicular from the origin on this line. So what is my P2? P2 is basically actually 0 minus A. I'm simply applying the perpendicular distance formula. Root over of cos square theta plus sine square theta, which will actually give us minus A in the numerator. Let me write this thing as cos 2 theta. And that is 1. So it's coming like mod of A cos 2 theta. Right? Now, what is your 4P1? Because we have to find out this value. Right? So what is 4P1 square plus P2 square? 4P1 square. It means A square for sine square theta cos square theta, right? Now what I'm doing is, I have simply, if you observe, you will see that I have removed the mod sign because there is a square one. So no need to give a mod sign again. What about your P2 square? It's A square cos square 2 theta. So this part actually gives us sine square 2 theta cos square 2 theta. So if I take A square common, it's 1. So it's only A square, right? So what we got is 4P1 square plus P2 square is equals to A square. Now, which is definitely independent of theta, because this result does not contain any theta. Therefore, this value is independent of theta. Hence, option A is correct. Option A is correct. Is it clear to all? Okay. If you have any problem, you can comment me in the comment section and I will definitely get back to you. Now, see this question. What is the question? What is the question we are having? A straight line makes variable intercepts A and B on the coordinate axis. And this condition is given to us. This condition is given to us. Okay? C is a constant. The equation of the path described by the foot of the perpendicular from the origin to the line. Can you get the question? What is the question? They are asking to find out the locus of the point, which is basically the foot of the perpendicular drawn from the origin to the given line. Okay, let me just draw this line first. This is the line. And what they have said? They have said intercepts A and B on the coordinate axis. Let us say this point is A, which is A comma 0. And this point is B, which is 0 comma B. This they have given. And they have given us a condition 1 over A square, 1 over B square is 1 over C square. The equation of the path described by the foot of the perpendicular drawn from the origin to this line. That is, we have to find out actually the locus of this point. Which point? Let us say this point be C. What is C? C is basically the foot of the perpendicular drawn from the origin. Right? So, how to draw this? I mean, how to solve this problem? Okay, what is the equation of the given line? It's x over a plus y over b equals to 1. Okay, this is the equation of this line, intercept form. Now, if I draw a perpendicular from origin to this line, what will be the perpendicular distance? What will be the perpendicular distance? What will be my OC? What is OC? Think about it. What is OC? It is 0 divided by root over of 1 over a square plus 1 over b square. This is the perpendicular length. Yes or no? Drawn from the origin to this line. This is the perpendicular length OC, right? Which gives us actually 1 over root over of 1 by a square plus 1 by b square is 1 by c square. So it is basically coming to modulus of c. It is coming to modulus of c. Okay? Is it clear to all? Now, again, look at carefully. Again, what is OC? What is the distance OC? By using the distance formula, we are having h minus 0 whole square, k minus 0 whole square, which is actually h square plus k square. And root over of h square plus k square is basically 1. So from here we are getting h square plus k square is 1. Thus the equation of the locus. What is the equation of the locus? That is equation of the foot of the perpendicular drawn from the origin on this given line. It is x square plus, I'm sorry, it is not 1. This is your modulus of c. So this will be your c square. Is it clear? So the locus will be x square plus y square is equals to c square. That's it. That's it. So option A is correct in this, for this problem. See how basic things they have used to solve this problem, isn't it so? So you must be very careful about the basics. Again and again I'm repeating basics, basics, basics. Why? Because that actually what is needed at the end of the day. If your basics are not clear, if it is not strong, you won't be able to solve problems of this kind. Okay? The problems that we will be taking in the advanced level. Okay. Now, how to find out the distance between two parallel lines? This is one line and this is another line. We can easily see that these two lines are parallel. Why? Because we all know this portion and this portion, they are all same. That is, the slope of this line and the slope of this line, they are equal. It means what? It means they are parallel. Now, if they are parallel, say, let us consider these two cases. This is one line and let us say this is another line. Now, all we have to do is, we have to find out the distance between these two parallel lines. We have to find out the distance between these two parallel lines, and the distance between these two parallel lines is nothing but modulus of C1 minus C2, the difference between the constants divided by root over of square of the coefficient of x plus the square of the coefficient of y. That's it. Is it clear? Now, if you want the proof, I can show you the proof, but it is not required. But still, I'm telling you how this proof is coming. Let us say the point C, let me say a point O is there, which is the origin. Not the origin, I should take. Otherwise, I will be taking some particular point. I'm taking any point. Let me take any point, let us say A over here, which is your x1, y1. Now, from this point, if I draw this line is, let us say, ax plus by plus c1 is 0, and this line is, say, ax plus by plus c2 equals 0. Don't ask me, sir, why you have taken this thing as c1? Why not this one as c1? You can take the reverse also. Doesn't matter, you are going to have the same answer. Now, from point A, if I draw a perpendicular on this line, then what will be the perpendicular distance? This is, let us say, this point is, say, B. So, what is your AB? It is basically modulus of AX1 plus BY1 plus C1 divided by root over of A square plus B square, correct? Now, from A, if I draw this perpendicular, since it is perpendicular to this line, so obviously it will be perpendicular to this line also. So what is this perpendicular distance, which is AC? What is this perpendicular distance? Your AC will be modulus of AX1 plus BY1 plus C2 divided by root over of A square plus B square. Clear? Then you have to find out what is your BC. And what is BC? It is basically AB minus AC. So it is basically modulus of minus modulus of okay. So this I can write it as AX1 plus BY1 plus C1 minus AX1 minus BY1 minus C2 divided by root over of A square plus B square. So everything will go off. So we are only left with C1 minus C2 modulus divided by root over of A square plus B square. That's it. And that is the length between these two parallel lines. Is it clear to all? Absolutely? Okay. Let us come to this problem which came in 2019 in IITJEE Mains. It has been said that there are two tangents to a circle. There is a circle and we are having two tangents. And if you observe those tangents, you will find a very interesting thing. This line and this line, they are parallel to each other. Can you observe that? 3x plus 4y equals to 5. And for the second one, we are having 3x plus 4y is minus 15 over 2. Okay? That is, the two tangents are parallel to each other. Two tangents are parallel to each other. Yes or no? This is my one tangent and this is another tangent. And they are what? They are basically parallel to each other. Okay? Now, question is, find the radius of the circle. See how simple sum it is. Now, as they are parallel, if I join their point of contact, naturally this one will be 90 degree and this one will also be 90 degree. Yes? So definitely it is passing through the center because this is the diameter. So the distance between these two lines is nothing but the diameter of the given circle. Am I correct? So obviously the radius will be half of it. That simple it is. So simply you find out what is the distance. What is the distance between these two parallel lines? Perpendicular distance between these two parallel lines. So the distance will be C1 minus C2 divided by root over of A square plus B square. So we are having am I correct? So it is coming to 25 over 10. It's 5 over 2. What is 5 over 2? This is the diameter of this circle. So what will be its radius? Its radius is half of that. So answer is option B. So the radius of this circle will be 5 over 4. Is it clear to all? Okay. Now, let us move for the next problem. See this question, this came in 2019. Suppose that the points h, k, 1, 2 and 3, minus 4 lie on a line L1. Let me draw a line. This is my L1, let us say. Okay. On this line, there are 3 points. One is h, k, 1, 2 and minus 3, 4. Let me give the name of such points. It is A, this is B, this is C. If the line L2 passing through the point h, k, so there is another line which is passing through h, k. Right? This is my second line L2. This is my second line L2. And they have said that this line is passing through 2 given points. One is h, k, another point is 4, 3. Let us say this point is D, which is 4, 3. Now you have to find out what is the ratio k over h. That's it. That's the question. Right? So how to attempt this? How to do this sum? You have to find out h and k. As simple as that. Let me do one thing. As you want to find out h and k, so there are 2 unknowns h and k. So naturally, you want 2 equations to solve for h and k. That's it. So whatever condition is given to us, from this we will find out 2 equations involving h and k. Is it clear? So now let us say, what is the slope of BC? What is the slope of the line BC? I mean, this is actually the slope of L1, because for finding out the slope, whether you choose BC or AC or AB doesn't matter. It's all same. These are all same. The slope of the line L1. So what is the slope of BC? I mean, what is the slope of L1? Taking the points B and C, we are using 2-point form to find out the slope of the line L1, which is, so it's coming like minus half, right? Now, what is the slope of AB? Which is again the slope of L1 itself. It's K minus 2 over H minus 1. Okay. Now, these two slopes are equal because they are representing the same slope of, slope for the same line. So we got first equation, which is our H plus 2K is basically 5. Okay. So you need another equation to find out H and K. So how to find out this? They have said that L1 and L2 are perpendicular, that is they are 90 degree. Okay. Now what is the slope of the line L2? What is the slope of the line L2? This is the slope of L2. I'm taking 2 points A and D, but this is actually the slope of L2. What is that? K minus 3 divided by H minus 4. 2-point form, right? And the slope of L1 was minus half. So can we write, since they are perpendicular to each other, that will be equals to minus 1. Minus minus goes off. So what we are left with, simply cross multiply. So we are having, okay. So this is our second equation. First equation we got this. The second equation we got this. Right? So let me just solve for H and K, and that will serve our purpose. So what I will do, I will simply multiply equation 1 with 2. So what we are getting? 2H, 4K, 10. And we are having this one. 2H minus K is 5. So simply subtract. So we are getting this thing as, so K is coming to 1. Right? If K is coming to 1, then what will be your H? From the second equation, H is basically 3. Is it clear? So H is 3, K is 1. Therefore, your K over H gives us 1 over 3. That is option B is correct. Have you seen how simple problem it is? Only the basic funda I am using. If two lines are perpendicular to each other, then the product of their slopes will be minus 1. If you know 2 points, how to find out the slope of that line? That's exactly what I'm using, nothing else. Okay. Let us come to this problem. Find the equation of the straight line passing through minus 2, minus 7 and cutting and intercepts of 3 units between these two lines. Now, cutting of intercepts of 3 units, be very careful. This is not your perpendicular distance that the line has cut off. No. What they have said, they have given you 2 lines. Let us say these are the 2 parallel lines. These are the 2 parallel lines they have given. Okay. Let me just take the equation of this line B and this line B 3. Is it clear? Now, there is a line passing through the point minus 2, 7. Let us say there is a point minus 2, 7 and a line is passing like this. A line is passing like this. Is it clear? This line is passing through a point, let us say minus 2, minus 7, they have said. And cutting of intercepts of 3 units. This length is 3 units. This is not your perpendicular length. Don't forget it. Is it clear? This is not your perpendicular length. This is the length intercepted by this line on this, between these two parallel lines. So I have to find out the equation of this line. I have to find out the equation of this line. So to find out the equation of this line, we know that it is passing through a point -2, -7. So all I need is the slope of this line. Is the slope of this line. How to find out that? See, let me do one thing. Let me draw a perpendicular from this point on this line. Is it clear? Okay, this is the perpendicular line I have drawn. Now, can you please tell me what is this perpendicular length? What is this perpendicular length? This perpendicular distance between these two parallel lines is basically 12 minus 3 divided by root over of 4 square plus 3 square. What is that? 9 over 5. So this length is 9 over 5. Right? Let us say this angle be theta. This angle is theta. Now, from the Pythagoras theorem, we can find out what is this base. What is this base? We can use the Pythagoras theorem to find it out. 3 is the hypotenuse. Let me just name it. Then it will be easy for us to label it. So 3 square is basically AB square, that is 9 over 5 square plus BC square. So what is your BC square? 3 square minus 9 over 5 square. So that gives us 25. Right? So we are having 25 into 9, that is 225 minus 81 over 25. Is it clear? So 225 minus 81 will give us 144 over 25. So what is your BC? It's basically 12 over 5. The length of BC is 12 over 5. So can you please tell me what will be your tan theta? What is your tan theta? Your tan theta will be 9 over 5 by 12 over 5. So your tan theta is coming to 3 over 4. Your tan theta is coming to 3 over 4. Bas, ho gaya, aur kya? You know the slope of this line. What is the slope of this line? 4x plus 3y is 3. What is the slope of this line? So y is basically minus 4 over 3x plus 1. So the slope is minus 4 over 3. Right? And let us say the slope of the required line be m. Therefore, what we can write? We can write tan theta, the angle between them, is modulus of m minus 4 over 3 divided by 1 plus minus 4 over 3 into m. So that gives us what? 3m plus 4 divided by 3 minus 4m. And tan theta, what we got? It's 3 over 4. Clear? Is it clear? Now, let me open this mod with a plus minus sign. So it will be 3m plus 4 over. एक बार 3 plus 4 ले लो, or in the second time I will take minus 3 over 4. So let me just cross multiply. So 12m plus 16 is 9 minus 12m. So 24m is coming to 9 minus 16, which gives us minus 7. Therefore, from here we are getting m is minus 7 over 24. Correct? M is nothing but minus 7 over 24. And if I take minus 1, so we are having 12m plus 16 is minus 9 plus 12m, right? Now you see 12m goes off. So I have already explained that when you are finding out a linear equation in m and m gets cancelled from both sides, then we will take m as your infinity. And as m is infinity means it is parallel to the y-axis. And parallel to the y-axis means it is perpendicular on the x-axis. Therefore, its equation is what? X is constant. The line is passing through -2, -7. Therefore, one line of the required line, the equation of one required line will be x equals to -2. So from here we are getting x plus 2 equals to 0. This is the equation of one line. And what about the other line? We got the slope as -7/24. The equation will be y minus y1 equals to x minus x1. So cross multiply. 7 4s 28. 168 minus 7x minus 14. So we are getting the second equation as 7x plus 24y plus 182, which is equals to 0. Am I correct? So these are the two equations. Why two equations came? Because there are two possibilities. One line can go like this. The another line can go like this also. Okay. In this also. Just 1 second. Okay. This length will also be equals to 3. So there are two possible lines. There are two such possible lines. And their equation will be, one equation is 7x plus 24y plus 182 is 0. And another one is x plus 2 equals to 0. Is it clear to all? Absolutely? Okay. So that's all about this lecture. So tomorrow I will come with class 2. I mean the second class on your straight line chapter. Okay. So see you tomorrow and stay tuned to us. And if you have not subscribed our channel yet, do subscribe. And if you have any problem in this class, please do mention in the comment section. I will definitely come back to you. Thank you so much.